What is good, Cardi people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalam leaking the exclusive snippet / footage I got of Cardi taking a massive shit outside of Coachella last year in a porta potty. Dude ran out of toilet paper halfway through, so he came out dirty handed. Literally, you can literally smell it through the camera. But unfortunately, only accepting payments in Bitcoin in case the value of the US dollar plummets after the election coming up in a couple months. Actually, either that or Akon's new cryptocurrency called Acoin. I actually got that right. But yeah, in related news, as y'all probably already know, Playboi Carti and Lil Uzi Vert have a leaking problem. And no, I ain't talking about milk leaking from their nips because they pump so much estrogen in their bodies on a daily basis in order to be able to fornicate with one another. I'm talking about their unreleased music, and more specifically, a holy grail of a track titled SRT that the Uzi and Carti communities alike have been going crazy for in the past couple of months. I mean, this song alone has single-handedly created a whole industry within the leaking industry itself, with multiple facets such as scamming, trading for other music, and more than likely other IRL necessities. Wouldn't even be surprised if in these hard times people be trading that shit for toilet paper. Too bad Cardi didn't have SRT handy on him when I caught that footage of him at Coachella, where he needed exactly that. But with all that being said, the full CDQ track of SRT and pretty much all Uzi and or Carti unreleased music that fans somehow scavenge a snippet of will inevitably eventually leak. So get ready, but the overarching question still remains: why and how does this happen? Let's talk about it. Okay, so today has already proven to be a glorious day, or dreary depending on how you look at it, for if you don't care about leaks whatsoever in the sense of how it affects the artist, which in many ways you are justified by the way, so no shade whatsoever, then this is a great day considering it's only one large step into the glory of what's to come, aka CDQ leak, which we'll get into soon enough. But on the other hand, if you hate everything about leaks, an ideology likely foundationed upon the negative consequences that leaked unreleased songs can cause, such as entirely scrapped tracks and projects for that matter, then today is probably fairly devastating for you, since, you know, there's a possibility that we never get SRT in the future. Because as we are all aware, if you follow my Twitter and Instagram news account, that is, the full-length, low-quality Carti Uzi collab SRT leaked earlier this morning. In fact, I would argue that some parts of the quote LQ MP3 file are actually CDQ. And it's only labeled as such because some of the parts sound like they were recorded from inside of Iggy's butt cheeks. For I believe this full-length track is simply a compilation of all the snippets that have surfaced within the last few months, which should tell us something about the leaking and snippet culture, because according to the user who compiled all the snippets, we literally had 31 different previews of the song. The hype has got to be real if fans are still thirsting over a song if we got that many differing snippets. Not to mention, props to whoever took the time to link it all together. Essentially a porn director giving fans 3 minutes of heaven when you think about it. But as mentioned in the intro, the question still remains: what happens now that the full song is allegedly leaked, just in lower quality? And the answer to that is actually a few things, good and bad, again, depending on how you look at it. Actually, some of the potential outcomes are objectively bad, but we'll try to remain positive throughout the rest of the video. For the first and most obvious outcome that will likely derive from the LQ full leak will be that the entire CDQ version of the song follows, since there's really no mystery anymore of the song. In my opinion, the hype for the song has already surpassed its peak, so I don't really think anyone who has the full-length song will feel that guilty anymore if they sold it, traded it, or just simply gave it away, because again, it's basically already out. Not to mention, the damage is probably already done given fans know the whole song word for word at this point, although there are rumors spreading around that there are multiple versions of the song, which I cannot confirm nor deny. But if the release of the song were to be affected from the leak, such as it being scrapped since fans already got it, that plan has already been executed, or at least is in the process as we speak. Therefore, again, the CDQ track leaking in its entirety is pretty much inevitable at this point in the future. I don't know when exactly it will, but I've been hearing word that it could even drop as early as later today, but other reputable sources have said within the next couple of months more realistically. But in relation to what I mentioned earlier regarding hype for the song already surpassing its peak, this not only affects Uzi and Carti directly as artists, but also the leakers that have the song. For hypothetically, because I don't know exactly what went down to retrieve SRT specifically behind behind the scenes. Typically, unreleased holders that sell leaks music would have purchased the song for a large sum to then build up hype for the song within the leaking community, and afterwards, if successful, host a group buy for the track worth thousands of dollars in some cases, likely in the very high end of usual prices for Carti and Uzi tracks due to the overwhelming demand for SRT specifically, and the fact that the two rappers haven't dropped any music in the past, I don't even know, like 2 years. So with the communities losing more interest in the song every single day since the full-length low-quality track already leaked, it's almost the best time for leakers to sell the files, because if they wait any longer, they'll lose out on any profit they could have made if they sold now while the hype is at its peak. Also, it's not like the leakers have any limitations such as fans getting pissed for the leak delaying the album, because Whole Lotta Red is already delayed for who knows how long, at least a year, and by that time, Carti will have upgraded to a brand new Royce, not just an SRT. And what do you know, as I'm uploading this video, the full-length CDQ version of SRT leaks as expected, although I didn't think it would be this soon. And if I do say myself, this shit is flames, no one can tell me otherwise. Carti taking over 2020 guaranteed if he keeps dropping heat like this and Perk 97. By the way, more news coming out on that song too, because K-Swab did something he wasn't supposed to. Wink wink. With Playboi Carti's long-lost Whole Lotta Red album stuck in the trenches of Atlantis and protected by the almighty Kraken, it's almost impossible to predict if SRT featuring Lil Uzi Vert will still release, or if it even was in the first place. We heard word a while back that SRT was on Whole Lotta Red, but a lot can change in a few months, especially when it comes to Carti. For all we know, the whole album he was working on, aka Whole Lotta Red V2, because the first version leaked back in 2019 and was scrapped as we all know, could have also been scrapped since the fans weren't messing with the baby voice after he released At Met and Pain 1993 on Drake's mixtape earlier this year, and SRT in fact includes the baby voice, thus is no exception in being thrown out, considering Carti and Uzi probably got hundreds of songs in the vault to switch in and out with and without the baby voice. But if I were a betting man, which I am not because I always lose bands when I go to the casino, I would put my money on SRT never dropping, officially that is. For as we discussed earlier, the song is basically already out since half the LQ leak is actually CDQ, and y'all know how Cardi B would delay and shit too. If Gilbert threw up in his new SRT passenger seat, that already means he gotta scrap the song like it was a bad omen or something. On the bright side though, the album delay gives Carti and Uzi ample time to keep recording in the studio together and make even more hits for their respective albums. All I hope for though is that Carti tag team switches with Future, because I'd definitely rather have a 1629 collab tape than a father-son Pluto tape. No hate, just facts, and I think y'all would agree. All in all though, if there's anything to take away from this video, is that if a leaked snippet of any Uzi and or Carti song surfaces, just know it'll likely drop or leak in some way or fashion eventually, proven countless times in the past. I mean, we thought Mission to the Loot by Uzi would never leak, and here we are with that bit uploaded to our Spotify local files. By the way, I learned how to get leaks on my Spotify for those who were hating. It was surprisingly not difficult actually. Spotify literally gives you step-by-step instructions. But so with that, it's your boy Bobbalam remastering Carti's Porta Potty Coachella Shart and uploading it to my second channel, Bobbalist, which all jokes aside is real, so go check it out if you haven't already, link in description. Let me know in the comments if you think it'll affect its official release. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it for the latest hip-hop news, drama, and analysis videos, as well as to follow me on all my socials in the description to join the Bob gang if you with it. Peace out, Carti people. Know what I'm saying?